What if I told you that the man who created Mickey Mouse was once fired for lacking imagination and having no good ideas? This rejection would fuel one of history's greatest comeback stories.
Hey hustlers, welcome back to Fuel of Hustlers, the channel where we dive deep into the stories of people who turn their biggest setbacks into their greatest comebacks. I'm your host, and today we're exploring one of the most shocking rejection stories in business history. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because you won't want to miss the incredible stories we share every week. Picture this. It's 1919, and a young man walks out of the Kansas City Star newspaper office clutching a pink slip that would become one of the most ironic firings in business history. The editor's brutal words still echo, "lacks imagination and has no good ideas." That young man was Walt Disney, and this crushing moment would ignite an entertainment empire worth over $200 billion today. Walt's journey was paved with failures that would have destroyed most people's dreams. Before the newspaper firing, his first business venture, Laugh-O-Gram Studio, had already collapsed. He worked day and night, sleeping in his office because he couldn't afford rent, eating cold beans from the can because that's all he could afford. When the studio went bankrupt, Walt was so broke he had to sell his camera just to buy a bus ticket to California. He arrived in Hollywood with $40 and an unfinished film reel called Alice's Wonderland. In Hollywood, rejections multiplied. Studio after studio turned him down. Executives called his ideas too childish. When he pitched his mouse character, some laughed, claiming a giant rodent would terrify women. Walt's response would prove prophetic. "I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse." The pain deepened when his first successful character, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, was stolen through a legal loophole. Most would have surrendered, but Walt saw opportunity in disaster. This betrayal led him to create Mickey Mouse. Walt didn't just draw Mickey, he voiced the character himself. When theaters rejected his first Mickey cartoon for being silent, Walt pioneered synchronized sound in animation with Steamboat Willie in 1928. It was a massive gamble, requiring him to mortgage everything, but it launched Mickey into stardom. Success with Mickey didn't end the rejections. When Walt pitched Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Hollywood executives dubbed it Disney's folly. They insisted audiences would never sit through a full-length cartoon. Walt mortgaged his house, borrowed against his life insurance, and convinced his brother Roy to invest their life savings. The 4-year production nearly bankrupted the studio multiple times. But when Snow White premiered in 1937, it became the highest-grossing film of its time, earning over $8 million during the Great Depression. The pattern continued with Disneyland. Bankers ridiculed his theme park concept, calling amusement parks seedy establishments that respectable families avoided. Walt envisioned something revolutionary, a clean, magical place where parents and children could experience wonder together. To fund Disneyland, Walt sold his vacation home and created the Mickey Mouse Club television show purely to raise money. Opening day in 1955 was dubbed Black Sunday due to technical failures, but his vision ultimately triumphed. Today, Disney parks welcome over 150 million visitors annually. What separated Walt Disney wasn't an absence of failure, it was his relationship with rejection. While others saw roadblocks, Walt saw detours to better destinations. Every no became fuel for innovation. Every closed door motivated him to build his own entrance. Walt's philosophy was simple. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. He didn't pursue dreams despite rejection, he pursued them because of rejection. Each criticism pushed him to create something unprecedented.
The man fired for lacking creativity won 22 Academy Awards, created characters beloved nearly a century later, and built an empire spanning movies, television, theme parks, and streaming services. His greatest achievement wasn't Mickey Mouse or Disneyland. It was proving that innovation belongs to those brave enough to be different.
Walt Disney's story proves that rejection isn't your story's end. It's often your greatest chapter's beginning. When someone tells you that you lack imagination, remember the man who turned those exact words into a billion-dollar empire. If this inspired you to persist through rejections, smash that like button, subscribe to Fuel of Hustlers for more comeback stories, and let me know in the comments what rejection you're currently turning into your comeback.
Keep hustling, and remember, it all started with a mouse and a man who refused to quit.